What's up, guys? It's time for me to make my Week 9 NFL predictions. Let's dive into it. We got the Cowboys taking on the Broncos. I'm going to go with Dallas. They just beat Minnesota with Cooper Rush. Dak Prescott comes back. This is a home game. Not only that, but Denver is basically mailing in their season. They just traded for Von Miller. They got a second-round pick and a third-round pick in return. Denver is acquiring additional draft picks in order to make a play for Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. I like Dallas. Next up, we have the Saints taking on the Falcons. The Saints beat the Bucs last week in the Superdome. I expect them to beat the Falcons without Calvin Ridley. I understand Jameis Winston went down, but Sean Payton has been able to win over the last 2 years with his backup quarterbacks. In 2019, he was able to go 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater. In 2020, he went 3-1 with Taysom Hill. Entering this season, there were questions about Jameis Winston. Jameis played well. He went 5-2, threw 14 touchdowns, only threw 3 interceptions. I expect Trevor Siemian to play well in his first start. Give me the Saints. Next up, we have the Ravens taking on the Vikings. I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're at home. Lamar Jackson is coming off a bye. On the other side, Minnesota just lost a huge game to Dallas at home with Cooper Rush as the starter. Not Dak Prescott. They lost to Cooper Rush on a big Sunday Night Football stage. I expect them to lose to the Ravens. Next up, we have the Patriots taking on the Panthers. I'm going to take the team with a better head coach and better quarterback. I understand Christian McCaffrey could be coming back this week. This game will be played in Carolina. You also have to take into consideration the fact that Stephon Gilmore is playing his former team. However, Mac Jones will game manage. He'll take care of the football, and I expect Bill Belichick to give Sam Darnold a tough day at the office. Give me the Patriots. Next up, we have the Browns taking on the Bengals. Call me crazy, but I got the Browns. This team plays much better without Odell Beckham Jr., and I can prove why. Let's go to Baker Mayfield's rookie season. The Cleveland Browns finished the year 7-8-1. Baker Mayfield threw 27 touchdowns. He broke the rookie touchdown record. In year 2, with Odell inserted into the mix, Baker finished the season with 22 touchdowns to 21 interceptions. He took a massive step back. The Cleveland Browns finished the season with 6 wins. Let's go to year 3. First 7 games with Odell Beckham Jr. Baker Mayfield threw 7 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Without Baker Mayfield in 2020, Baker finished the season with 23 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Baker Mayfield played much better down the stretch without OBJ, and the Cleveland Browns had their most successful season since 1999 without Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not saying that Odell can't be a star in this league. I believe Baker didn't throw him the football. The offensive scheme wasn't perfect. He obviously had to deal with Freddie Kitchens as his head coach for the first year. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are elite running backs. This isn't all on Odell Beckham Jr., but this team plays better without him. On the other side, Cincinnati is still a young team. I love Joe Burrow. I believe he has a much higher ceiling than Baker Mayfield long term. Jamar Chase is proving himself to be a top 10 receiver in this league, but Cleveland has more urgency. They need to win this football game if they have any chance at saving their season. Give me the Browns. Next up, we have the Bills taking on the Jaguars. I don't even need to make a prediction. Buffalo is the better team. They could be the best team in the AFC. Give me Buffalo. Next up, we have the Dolphins taking on the Texans. There's been a lot of talk about a potential Deshaun Watson trade to Miami. That's not happening. The deadline already passed. Now we have two teams that are both 1-7. Tyrod Taylor is coming back for the Texans, but I expect Tua and the Dolphins to win in Miami. Next up, we have the Raiders taking on the Giants. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I love the way Derek Carr has played this season. I believe the Raiders should be aggressive and sign Odell Beckham Jr. There's a need for the position, and I believe he would be a great fit in Las Vegas. On the other side, I just can't buy into Daniel Jones. Not only do I not trust Daniel Jones, but Joe Judge is on the hot seat. Dave Gettleman is definitely losing his job. Jason Garrett will most likely be gone after the season. The Mara family needs to clean house and start from scratch. Give me the Raiders. Next up, we have the Chargers taking on the Eagles. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the Chargers as a legit Super Bowl contender. Justin Herbert, heck of a quarterback. I still believe in the Chargers. This is a team that has a really good head coach. Justin Herbert showed a ton of promise in his rookie season. This offense is very explosive. They've had 2 tough weeks against New England and Baltimore. I expect them to bounce back. On the other side, Philly had a nice win over the Lions, but let's calm down. It was against the Lions. Give me the Chargers. Next up, we have a matchup between the Packers and the Chiefs. Entering this week, this was the marquee matchup. Aaron Rodgers against Patrick Mahomes, 2 of the most talented quarterbacks in NFL history. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID-19. However, this is still a must-watch game because we get our first look at Jordan Love. Jordan Love was selected with the 26th overall pick in the draft. The Green Bay Packers traded up to get him. They were willing to damage their relationship with Aaron Rodgers to get this kid. I'm curious to see how he plays. I wasn't the biggest believer of Jordan Love going into the draft, but I also didn't watch him play at Utah State. Now he's had a full off season with this team. Devontae Adams comes back, Lazard comes back, Valdez-Scantling just got activated. Unfortunately, Robert Tonyan went down, but this kid has more than enough talent to go into Kansas City and win this football game. However, I don't see it happening. Patrick Mahomes hasn't played well this year, but we all know it's just a matter of time before he finds his stride and this team starts winning football games. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. Next up, we have the Cardinals taking on the 49ers. Jimmy G has a really tough 2-week slate. These next 2 weeks could very well determine his short-term future in San Francisco. He plays the Cardinals on Sunday, and he plays the Rams on Monday night. If Jimmy G decides to stink up the joint and lose these next 2 games, I expect Trey Lance to be the 49ers quarterback for the rest of the season. There's no benefit in playing Jimmy G the rest of the way if you're 3-6 and have a limited shot at making the playoffs. However, the 49ers have a shot to win this football game. Kyler Murray's banged up. DeAndre Hopkins was also injured against the Packers. This is a divisional game in San Francisco, but I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Arizona had 10 days of rest. This is still a very good football team that almost beat the Packers on Thursday Night Football. Kyler Murray is still my favorite to win the league MVP. Give me Arizona. On Sunday Night Football, we have the Rams taking on the Titans. Unfortunately, Derrick Henry is out for the season. The Titans will still make the playoffs, but I don't buy them as a legit Super Bowl contender. On the other side, the Rams are going all in. Matt Stafford has been better than I expected. I love his connection with Cooper Kupp. They just traded for Von Miller. This team believes they have the firepower to win it all, and Sean McVay is the best coach in the NFC. Finally, Monday Night Football, we got the Bears taking on the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers in this matchup. I like the way Justin Fields played last week going up against the San Francisco 49ers. They finally got him outside of the pocket. They utilized his legs. He made some key throws on the run, and Matt Nagy wasn't coaching him. However, he's going up against a tough, stingy Pittsburgh Steelers defense led by TJ Watt. Mike Tomlin just doesn't lose. In 2019, with Devlin Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph, he went 8-8. 8-8 with Devlin Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph. This season, with a washed-up, over-the-hill Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Tomlin has this team at 4-3. They would be in the playoffs if the season ended today, and I expect the Steelers to be aggressive during the off-season. I'm not sure if they will land Aaron Rodgers, but I think they will make an offer to Green Bay. If this team acquires Aaron Rodgers in a trade, I think it's game over for everyone in the AFC. They have all the ingredients. They could have the best defense in the conference. They have playmakers. Najee Harris is a top candidate for Rookie of the Year. Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth are nice young players at the skill position. The offensive line needs some work. However, they've played well. If this team gets their hands on Aaron Rodgers, it could be good night, Irene, for the rest of the AFC. I like the Steelers on Monday night. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you liked this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thanks, guys.